Stay back. There's nothing to scavenge here. Nothing you'd know what to do with anyhow. Go back the way you came. Quickly now, in case the Protectorate think about picking the bones of this town. And here I thought the Earth Directorate were naught but a story. So long as you are in Protectorate, it's enough for me. My name is Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I've been in charge of the Raptidon taming program for Officer Carr these past few months. And then our town was destroyed. Everything was lost, except for my research and my life. Where I go from here, I cannot say. The Protectorate's jealousy and rage happened. I always feared their scheming to take our town back from Auntie's choice. They couldn't abide how we embraced our liberation, so... But destroying it outright by dropping their most prized contraption on top of us? It was cruel and desperate. We had finally begun to enjoy our freedom. We were nourished, given education, given choices, and now there's nothing. If you know of a way to airlift my entire lab to another island, be my guest. But even if you did, this has surely become my home. Could I truly start again so easily? Even if I'm sifting through the ashes alone. I can't leave when there's so much still to be done. My work is too important. Save for Copernicus, yes. I searched everywhere, called out until my voice was gone, but never got so much as a whisper in return. I only hope some folk got away in time. Yet, I can't abandon this place. Not when there's work that needs doing. Not when there may yet be a survivor who needs my help. He was property of Officer Carr, but I suppose Copernicus is solely my responsibility now. I was taming Raptidons and training them to guard our town. If there is no longer a need for their services here, there will be elsewhere. But not until training is completed. And to you.
Hey, you! Out of the disaster area! Hey, you! Out!
I was fearing no one else survived the crash. I've been here looking for folk in the rubble, but ain't had much success. Law be with them all. You okay, friend? You're looking a little wobbly. If I still had my med bag, I could fix you up right. Far as I'm concerned, if you're not actively shooting at me or mine, we're on the same side. Name's Inez Silong, former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division of Auntie's Choice. Now, independent. I was sent out to the Ministry of Accuracy for a job, see? Having a failed graft hasn't won me a lot of goodwill, so I thought it was just a ploy to get me out of the way. But that stupid job ended up saving me. Now with all the folk here gone, my contract's voided. Leaves me with nothing. But reckon it's also a fresh start. Ain't got a choice. I got flung off the ladder, so I need to climb it again. But I can't do that until I get my graft fixed and prove I'm no longer a waste of time or funds. You're independent yourself, yeah? Maybe we ought to team up. If you help me fix my graft, you'll retain the services of a fully functioning enhanced soldier. Me, any help you need, I'll be there. And in time, maybe I'll have earned myself the clout to resume my place in Auntie's Choice. I know we just met, but I can assure you, it's one hell of a deal. My graft is just one in a long line of failures. That's why I'm considered a liability. Why Milver Street had me running foolish errands instead of giving me something bigger. Better. It's making me sick, see? And if I leave it be, it'll result in sepsis. Just a matter of time. But I'd like to go on living and show the rest of them I can't be counted out. Yeah? Well, that's a weight off my shoulders. You won't regret this. Once I'm in top form, you'll see what I'm capable of. Just gotta find out how to get there first. I was just about to check in with Doc Tinsley inside this barn here. Why don't you join me? She worked with Grafts for a time. Reckon she'll have some ideas for us. After you.
Ah, you came back. Was there something you needed? And not that you must have a reason to be here. I appreciate the company. Oh, Inez, you're here. You're alive. Oh, thank the law. Oh, I was afraid I'd lost you too.
Ain't lost me yet, unless this graft gives out on me. I hate to ask for a favor, now of all times, but I gotta get this fixed. Can you help?
Of course I can help you, Inez. Oh, I wish you had come to me sooner. Contract be damned. I have a lead for you. Oh, certainly not. I am all Copernicus has in this world. And I will not see one more citizen in Fairfield fall if I have anything to say about it. I suppose introductions are in order. I'm Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I am responsible for the well-being of tamed raptidons. Before my transfer, I was a researcher in the Enhanced Soldier Division, seeking ways to bolster the healing process. I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. My managers here forbade me from continuing my research on grafts, but I pursued it in secret. I would if I could have done more. Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with, though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who unfortunately went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. If their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average crabble. Meaner and smarter, too.
The second candidate is a raptidon matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
At least we won't have many Protectorate troops to contend with. Good thing, as this matriarch will be a hard enough fight. She's more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. I suggest your armaments be at the ready. Then the grafting part is yours. Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens, please. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Law guide you both out there.
I know it was you, Commander. I know you allowed the relay to fall on Fairfield. Now, everyone's dead. Don't you even feel bad about what you've done? Do you feel anything at all? Don't give me that. You were warned. You had to know. And I ain't sure I can look past it. I don't need a law damn thing from you. Not anymore. Knew it was a mistake running with you. I don't ever want to see you again.
Jump in a rift, do you? He couldn't be that literal. Could he? I mean, it is scary.
We're closed. Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. Why are you asking? Who are you? An old acquaintance. How old? Do you know what happened to her that caused her such anguish it drove her to her present course of action? I don't know where she is. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor. How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me. Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That and the invasion itself set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again. She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse. No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them. Just a religion driven by algorithms, maths, predictions of the future. They believe they will eventually solve the universal equation and know everything, rid humanity of uncertainty. We became friends when she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter, and she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could. We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing. What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much, at least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it. I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her. Not that I can think of, except... Not sure if this will help you, but she did use the same code for everything. 15-778. I even used it to search her safe after she left Fairfield. She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty. That's all I can ask.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. Recipient's eyes only. Not remotely. But never fear, the delivery success metrics do not require introductions. Or so I was told. All I know is that it was sent by the Order of the Ascendant. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. Well, 4 minutes ago, like I said. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect. Farewell, and as they say, may all your endeavors come to fruition.
Time to watch whatever it was the messenger had for us.
Greetings, Agent of the Earth Directorate. I am Ruth Bassar, presiding Bishop of the Order of the Ascendant. At this time, I can only presume you think us your enemy, directly responsible for your colleague Augustine de Vries' actions way back on Horizon Point. I assure you, we were not. A splinter group was behind that heresy. The collective of scientists and scholars I lead are committed to elevating humanity by pursuing a greater understanding of reality. I believe our goals are not incompatible. We both oppose the Protectorate, and we both wish to preserve Arcadia from ruin. We can help each other. I entreat you to speak with Abbot Newell. He can be found in Golden Ridge at Matriarch's Mercy. He will aid you in your mission, and hopefully, you will see fit to aid us in ours. Nav key coordinates to the Golden Ridge landing pad on Dorado are embedded in this message. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
Reckon we've got our work cut out for us. Let's head to Golden Ridge. Before we take off from Paradise Island, I was kinda hoping to grab a quick word. I know I've been pushing to find de Vries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn, but void it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island, the doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-Protectorate, a good man. Tracked on the Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course. No, I mean, at least not since that time I tried mixing my own detergent, but I'm sure you don't want to hear about that. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe. Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first. After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting Protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my Directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low, couldn't let the Protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action. Wasn't like I didn't want to take things farther, hit the Protectorate where it hurt. But I still had my cover to think of too. I couldn't risk disrupting the mission. I'd feel better about that commendation if things hadn't turned out as they did. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot. Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself too. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him, till recent. Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there. These anti-soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak our way in. This looks like the place. Oh, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters. And who precisely are you? Another Earth Directorate cast-off? Ah, yes. The same commander who nobly ordered you to leave your colleague to perish under rubble.
I know it, Commander. We all did the best we could on that mission.
Perhaps my words were too pointed. It is difficult to erase the memory of how Niles came to me, half torn up, on the border between life and death. But that was years ago. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Somehow the Vox was launched. Pharaoh and March are dead. The Protectorate are holding the others for interrogation, but a ship is inbound to take them off-world. To the Consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting...
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized the mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
But I'm not ready.
The station's gone. I can scarcely believe it. If we hadn't been assigned to guard the landing pad...
Fortunate for us, the Sentinel arrived when she did then. And she took her time with those instigators.
That's way forward! Through!
「
of them, Commander.
Charging both.
Taking
Moving in close. I hate our contentment.
Exiting the cover. We are shooting
Replenishing my firearm. You
Back again. Thought we were done. You again. I heard fighting. What's going on?
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hotbox. Esculepe sent us.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you? Count on Zeb to go as far as raising the dead to help. But it's too late. I gather you haven't noticed the bodies in the pen here.
Oh. The others don't look like they suffered easy deaths. What happened?
Void-damned Protectorate brutality, that's what. The Consul sent a sentinel to conduct a preliminary interrogation. But it was more like exploratory surgery. She tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her enthusiasm for the work. I'm only here because the Consul wants someone brought back to him, alive. Lucky me. The cipher, right. I managed to memorize it before I was nabbed. 02519W. Should help Zeb decode the intelligence we sent him a whole lot faster. Please don't think me ungrateful for your efforts, but I'm not going anywhere.
If you're too hurt to walk, I'm sure the commander and I could...
No, it's not that. I need the Sentinel to take me onto that transport. I want her to think she's won. And then, just as we leave orbit, I'm going to blow her pretty ship to pieces. I'm no martyr. If there was another way to protect Zebulon and our cell, I'd take it. But if I escape, the Protectorate will pursue me, and everyone I care about will be in danger. I'll make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure. When I was being tortured, I saw some frayed wires near the fuel system. With the right spark, I think I can ignite it.
I have my doubts. Even if she managed to spark a few wires, that ship's bound to have a fire suppression system. It would kick in if there was any real ignition.
What do you propose then?
Not blowing yourself up for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. But if I die, that's the end of it. The Consul will turn his attention elsewhere, and our cause can continue in the shadows. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport, then help me. We don't have much time.
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance. What do you think, Commander? Yes, Commander. Stay put. Shouldn't take me too long. Done. Won't go into the particulars, but you can trust that ship will blow the moment it hits orbit.
Excellent work. I see why Zebulon liked having you around. I'd say I won't forget how you've helped me, but, well, you know. Tell Zeb what happened, won't you? That it was my decision. And I was at peace with it. The bravest thing I ever did was start thinking for myself. Everything else after that's been easy.
Good luck, Audra.
Likewise. And thank you both again.
What do you mean you're leaving?
Shift's over. I have a life outside this place, you know.
A life outside our lab?
To govern it, the matriarch working with a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise.
Ready to waste it. On your command.
You've returned, but where are the others? Hold a moment. What's that in the sky? A Protectorate transport? What in the blazes was that? What do you mean? All of them? And you didn't think to dissuade her? Damn it, Niles! Our cause isn't served by more corpses. You're right. I apologize. Audra was never one for half measures. I know all too well how stubborn she can be. Still, her loss will be felt. Was she at least able to give you the cipher before the end? I wish the success of this venture had not come at such a terrible cost. But at least it was not for nothing. Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles. Thank you for being true.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am changing.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so surly. I'm pleased Niles has found such a supportive friend and ally. That's a rare thing in this colony. I haven't much to reward you with, but take this. It's something I had started on for Niles long ago. Hopefully it fits. This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me should our cause require further assistance from the Earth Directorate's best.
Commander, the nav key coordinates supplied by the presiding bishop of the Order have been verified. Landing in Golden Ridge is now possible. Additionally, we are also able to land in Free Market Station, due to the Astrogator's progress with the updates necessitated by its rebuild. Golden Ridge is located on Dorado. It is home to the Alexandra Monastery and Matriarch's Mercy, as well as previously being a center for mining Zeranium. The Protectorate abandoned it soon after the invasion, leaving Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant to fight for control of the area and its resources. Free Market Station is an independent marketplace, the only one in the system. It is called such as it was built out of a crashed Auntie's Choice freighter by that name. Agent Ibarra frequented it occasionally after the invasion. He said it was a good place to find newfangled gadgets and stolen prototypes and whatnot.